Hi, this is Pastor Dick, and hey, we're coming to you from the parking lot of Crystal Brook Church, and if you're familiar with the church here in Independence, you've probably driven by the hospital, seen our sign, and you can see it right here behind me, and the hospital's right over here. And the reason I'm pointing that out is I want to take this time to introduce to Independence, my friends in the Odyssey and the surrounding area, a new ministry that we're really excited about. My hope is that even though Crystal Brook Church is kind of leading the way and taking some steps here to make this happen, this is not going to be a ministry just for Crystal Brook Church. But what I'm experiencing is that the whole community, as I'm sharing with people in town here, are getting excited as I shared about this new ministry, which is called Hannah's House. And what Hannah's House is going to be is a home specifically to meet the needs of women in crisis, and that would include any kind of a crisis, basically any age, because I've been here 7 years in Independence in this location, and I can't tell you how many times we've had an opportunity to minister to young women, young moms. Maybe they have their kids with them, and maybe for whatever reason they find themselves without a place to live, a place to stay. We've had others who were sincere about trying to break an addiction and a drug habit, and maybe have no place to go, nobody to help them. And so that's what Hannah's House is going to be about. It's going to be reaching out to those women in crisis, giving them hope, giving them a place maybe to get their lives back together. We're going to have a structured program, a discipleship program. We're going to love them, but most of all, it's a place they're going to find hope and grace. My daughter, Hannah, who had cancer, she passed away when she was 12. I've always wanted to do something in honor and memory of her name, and that's why we call it Hannah's House. But it has a deeper meaning than that, because when we named Hannah, Hannah's name meant full of grace. And as we got ready to start this ministry for Hannah's House, we realized that's what these young women need, is they need hope, but they also need the grace of God. And we believe that Hannah's House is going to be a house for women in crisis, where they're going to find an abundance of grace to help in the time of need. And so we're really excited about that. And so what we want to do today is take you through the house and just let you jump on board right here at the beginning of this new ministry, and let you see what we're going to do, and show you kind of before and a during and an after, kind of like we did our church when we if you remember, we kind of walked through the church before we started on it and showed you what it was like at the beginning. And then you're going to be able to watch this work in progress. You're going to begin to able to watch this just take shape right before your eyes and evolve into a ministry that I believe years from now is going to continue to be ministering to young women and young girls right here in Independence, and the need is great. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to walk right across the street here. If you can kind of look as I'm taking a few steps, you can see the house right here directly west of the church, and a perfect location for these girls to not only live here, but to be able to come over to the church and be a part of our Bible studies, our discipleship groups, a training that we're going to be giving them. And so we're going to go over now and walk you through the house and give you a little before, so you'll be able to see with your own eyes this work evolve right before your eyes. Well, here we are standing in the front yard of the future home of Hannah's House. And if you look around, and as the camera kind of focuses around a little bit, you can see that this is a place that's going to need a lot of work. But we're not afraid of hard work around here. We've seen this happen many times. And, the porch is kind of dilapidated and going to need a lot of work. But we want to take you on inside here and kind of show you, because to me, this is how I do things. I can come across the house like this, or even the building that the church is in now, and we can, just see it and get a vision and get a dream for it. And it's kind of like our lives. God can take something old and run down and, kind of been through a lot, and he can put it back together and make something beautiful out of it. And we want to show you this video because we want you to see what God's going to do, because we're going to come back in the months ahead, and you're going to see a transformation before your eyes of God taking something like this old house and making it into a ministry that's going to be touching women's lives for a long time. So come on, let's go look around inside. Come on in. As we walk in to the future home of Hannah's House, one of the first things I loved about this old house is you can see here this living room, And, as a pastor and, I've had Bible studies in my home and group meetings in my home, this living room, I thought, man, this is a perfect, huge space. And I can just envision, this room full of women and young women having Bible study, being discipled, being trained, just talking. And I thought, man, that's perfect. It's got hardwood floors. And one of our goals, because, there's going to be a lot of people living here, is to redo the hardwood floors because they're durable. And so, and basically what we believe is, we can make this livable without spending a lot of money. But as you can see, there's a lot of trash, there's a lot of cleaning, a lot of work that needs to be done. And we're going to be asking you, Independence, this community, to come on board and help us, not only with finances, but to come and clean. And we'll be getting more information out to you. But we just wanted to show you the little house. And as you come through here, we'll see another bedroom. And this is a bedroom that could possibly be one of the rooms that we want to make more family oriented, because one of the things we understand is that some of the young mothers who maybe want to get some help to break an addiction, if they go to a treatment center or something like that, I've heard them say many times that I don't want to go because the minute I go, I'm going to be separated from my kids. So one of the rooms in Hannah's house will be designed to not only have the young mother here, but also be a place for her to have her kids with her and go through a treatment and go through a process of being set free, but not be separated from her kids. So this is another bedroom. There's a little closet, and you can see hardwood floors all over. And then as we go through the hallway, it's a little dark. The electricity's off, but there's a bathroom here. There's only one bathroom. We may end up having to put in another bathroom so we can accommodate more people here, because we do have the potential to house quite a few girls here all at the same time. So there's one bathroom here, and then we come through this hallway, and there's a little more light in here, and you can see the trash everywhere that's going to have to be cleaned up and a lot of work done. But this is the second bedroom, and there again, the hardwood floors will continue to go throughout the whole house, which is going to be a real awesome thing. And then as we come through this way, we see the kitchen. And as you can tell, there again, a lot of things are going to have to be cleaned and fixed up, but it's all doable without spending a lot of money initially. We feel like we can come in and paint and clean and make it livable, And like I told somebody, hey, if you got the choice between staying in your car or staying here, I think that we can make this a wonderful place for these women. And one thing we're excited about as we go back this way, there's additional room back here in the house. It's really bigger than it looks from the outside. And this is a room that used to be an office. We're going to possibly turn into living quarters. And then as we go on out through some of the garbage and the trash here, we get into a utility room where there's a washer and a dryer. But then out here, then this is going to be a definitely work in progress. As you can see, I'm stepping out into an attached garage, and I'm going to walk down here through the trash a little bit and stand here, and we're going to completely overhaul this garage. We're going to remove the garage door, and we're going to put bunk beds in here, and there will be a day when you'll follow up on this, that you're going to see this as a bedroom, a place that several women, young women or mothers, are going to be staying out of here and be able to receive the ministry and the hope that they need. So we're real excited about this. We wanted to show you this in its present state because, as you can see, it's going to take a lot of work. But I know the people in Independence, I know our church family, other churches have already risen up and said, listen, you just give us the word, we're going to come. And so we're excited to bring this information to you, to let you know that this is a work in progress. It's been a dream of mine for a long time, and we believe the timing's right. And so we just wanted to show you the future home of Hannah's house. And once again, what can happen when the people of God, a community, comes together and believes in something and works together. We're going to show you right before your eyes the birth, the creation of a ministry that's going to be touching hearts and lives of young women for a long time to come. Well, as you can see, we got our work cut out for us here on Hannah's house as far as getting it ready to be used and cleaning it up and making it livable for these young women and women in crisis. And also, we're still in the process of actually coming up with the money to actually take possession of the house. and you know, we're on the city commission docket to go and have the house rezoned, and that's going to happen on June the 6th. And also we have to come up with the initial $10,000, which, you know, I tried to get this house, probably a year and a half or 2 years ago. I made an offer when it was for sale, had a for sale sign out in the front yard, so I contacted the owner, found out what they wanted for it. At that time they were asking, I think, in the 30-some thousand range, and I made an offer for $20,000, which was pretty low compared to what they were asking, and I didn't really get a response. And so just here a few months ago, God just stirred this new in my heart, and I saw the house sitting here, no for sale sign, just kind of dilapidating. So I called the owner, told him what we wanted to do and how we wanted to have this ministry for women. And the owner said, listen, I went over the paperwork, I saw what you offered, the $20,000, and she told me that, hey, if you can come up with $10,000, she said, I will sell you the house for what the offer I made, which was $20,000. And then she's going to carry the other part, and all we have to do is make payments. You know, of course, my goal would be to pay off the whole thing, but we have to come up with that initial $10,000. What I'm going to ask you to do, as my friends and people in Independence, to help us come up with that money. And so what we've done to make that possible is we have a page on our website. You can go to www.crystalbrook.org, and there will be an icon come up on Hannah's House. You can click on that, and on that page there will be a PayPal on there, where if you'd like to give by debit card or credit card, you can just fill it. It's a secure site. You can fill in the information and you can give right online, or you can, you know, send a check to Crystal Brook Church, but you need to make sure you mark that Hannah's House. And one thing we want people to know, that everything that comes in designated to go to Hannah's House, every penny's going to go to Hannah's House. We're not going to take anything away from that, so just know that. And also on this page, you'll be able to see videos like you just saw. We're going to constantly be updating that, so as you give to this project here in Independence to help have this house here for women in crisis, you'll be able to see the work in progress. You'll be able to see your money at work and literally transforming this place into a ministry that's very much needed right here in Independence, Kansas. I'm going to be sending out some letters to some of my friends, some of my family, and you know, I'm not going to hesitate to ask for help, because I believe in this. I know Independence, you believe in this, and so together I know we can make this a reality and be able to help these women right here in our church. So I'm going to ask you to pray about it, to consider being a part of this awesome ministry, because you know, I believe it's going to be extremely fruitful. And so go to the website www.crystalbrook.org and become a part of what God's doing right here in Independence. And we thank you for it in advance, and know that as you do this, you're going to be a part of an awesome ministry that's really going to touch and turn lives around right before your very eyes. So I want to thank you in advance.